was traditional for the guy in my spot to start off by saying how glad he is to be here. And I'm not going to break with that tradition. I am glad to be here. But I say it not just because it's a thing to say, but for three specific reasons. One is my respect for the host organization. I'm on the board of United Way of North Carolina. I work with select United Ways across the country. And as a movement, United Way has lost relevance in the last 15 years. Too many of them in 2014 look like they did in 2004, in some cases 1994. This one's different. This one treats its funds not as donations or gifts, but as investments. And under Tony's leadership, has a mandate to produce a return on that investment, a measurable return on that investment. And particularly when you look at the area that we're talking about today, first focus on kids. In 10 years, $45 billion. Not just put out there, but put out there to make a difference. This is one of the top United Ways in the country. I hope you can appreciate that. It is very unusual. Second reason I'm glad to be here, I'm president of something called Scope View Strategic Advantage. Scope View. How could I not be excited to be within an hour-and-a-half drive of the largest collection of astronomical instruments in the world? Man, yeah. And from that standpoint, could there be a better place in the country than the Optics Valley to put the focus of quality early education into sharp view? Man, I'm glad to be here. We're going to look at early education in a different manner than it's going to be presented. It is about the future of those young kids as individuals. But it's more than that, and Ron and David have already talked about that. We're talking about the future of Southern Arizona, the economic vitality of this region, of your state, of our nation. And that's not an overstatement, that's a fact. Some people say, well, that's not really my problem, is it? You know, that's those other kids, that's those poor kids. Hold on a minute. This report shows this. Even our middle-class kids are falling behind. Not just middle-class kids in other countries, but in some cases, low-income kids in other countries. This is an American problem. If you think it's a problem for the low income, you are wrong. It's a greater problem there, but it's a problem for all of us. If you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, it's a problem. Now, look at it this way. Those young kids that Ron talked about a little bit earlier, that the mayor talked about, their world will be different than anything any of us have ever experienced. It'll be more challenging and complex. The competition for your children, for your grandchildren, is growing up on at least 5 other continents. That's not a challenge any of us had. When I was growing up in Aiken, South Carolina, my competition for quality jobs, maybe the Atlantic seaboard. But for the young kids across Southern Arizona, across the United States, their competition for quality of life and quality jobs is growing up everywhere.
And now it's my distinct honor today to present the first Focus on Kids Media Award. This award recognizes a local media champion for outstanding coverage on issues related to early childhood education. This year's award goes to the Arizona Daily Star for the sobering but highly informative series of articles on poverty, especially childhood poverty. Bobby Buell, editor of the Star, is here today to accept the award on behalf of the following reporters who did a great job enlightening our community. Bobby Joe, if you could join me. And the reporters who are not here today, but I'd like to recognize Emily Bregel, Carly Brousseau, Stephanie Inez, Alexis Wikocha, and Becky Palley. And congratulations to the Star.
It's truly inspiring to hear so many voices echoing the importance of early childhood education. You know, it's kind of my passion. Some of you know that out there. I've been working around children's issues for a very, very long time. And I feel like things are coming together. The people are beginning to see we really need to move this needle. We can't play around with it anymore. So I'm hoping all of you will help us be successful in doing that.